The forest floor, a tapestry of life and decay, whispers ancient secrets. These are not the fairy tales you remember. Beneath the magic lie tales of cruelty, survival, and harsh warnings meant for a brutal world. Worlds where forests were not places of wonder but a very real danger, and where beauty often hid a venomous truth. Join me, dear viewer, as we venture into the shadowy woods of folklore and uncover the unsettling reality behind the fairy tales you thought you knew. Cinderella. The name evokes images of glass slippers, glittering balls, and a fairy godmother's magic. But beneath the surface of this enduring tale lies a far more sobering narrative. The Cinderella we meet in the original stories is not merely pitied, she is subjected to relentless cruelty. Forced into servitude, her spirit is as tattered as her clothing. The stepsisters, desperate to fit their feet into the coveted glass slipper, resort to gruesome measures, carving away at their own flesh, in a futile attempt to win the prince's hand. Cinderella's story, in its original telling, was a cautionary tale, a stark illustration of the consequences of envy, and the potential rewards of virtue, even in the face of unimaginable hardship. It served as a potent reminder of the social hierarchy of the time, reminding those trapped in unfortunate circumstances to endure with hope, for fate, like a fairy godmother, could be fickle. To awaken their instincts, to make them wary of strangers, to teach them that safety lay in the well-trodden path. A princess of unparalleled beauty, a jealous queen, a poisoned apple. Snow White's tale has captivated generations with its themes of innocence and malice. But beneath its surface lies a deeper, darker exploration of human nature. Snow White's beauty is not simply admired, it becomes an obsession, a source of poisonous envy that consumes the queen. Her desperate pursuit of youth and beauty, culminating in the iconic poisoned apple, reflects a timeless human flaw, the fear of aging, and the insatiable hunger for power. The dwarfs, often relegated to the background in sanitized retellings, played a more crucial role in the original versions. The story, in its original telling, served as a warning against the corrupting influence of power and the deadly consequences of envy. Lost in the woods, a trail of breadcrumbs, a house made of candy. The story of Hansel and Gretel seems at first glance a fantastical adventure, but beneath the sugary facade lies a story born out of desperation and the very real horrors of famine. The witch, a central figure in the narrative, takes on a far more sinister aspect when viewed through the lens of history. Her insatiable hunger, her desire to devour the children, becomes a chilling metaphor for the starvation that gripped Europe during the medieval period. The witch's gingerbread house, a symbol of temptation and false hope, represented the desperate measures people took to survive during times of famine. Hansel and Gretel's tale, in its original grimness, served not just as entertainment, but as a cautionary reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present threat of hunger that haunted the edges of civilization. A beautiful princess cursed to eternal slumber, a spindle prick, 100 years lost. The tale of Sleeping Beauty, often relegated to the realm of romantic fantasy, carries within it a far more unsettling truth. The curse that befalls Sleeping Beauty is not merely a plot device. It represents a primal fear, a fear of time slipping away, of being trapped by forces beyond our control. The 100 years of sleep become a symbol of lost potential, of a life stolen by fate. The imagery of the sleeping princess, frozen in time, also reflects a very real danger of the past, the threat of illness, and the ever-present possibility of death. The prince, often seen as a heroic figure, takes on a different connotation when viewed through the lens of history. The tale, in its original form, was not simply a romantic fantasy, but a reflection of the anxieties of the time, the fear of the unknown, the capricious nature of fate, and the vulnerability of human life in the face of forces beyond our control. From the whispering woods to the shadowed castles, we've journeyed through the darker side of fairy tales. These stories, stripped of their modern embellishments, reveal a world far different from the one we often imagine. What we remember as innocent fairy tales were once tales woven with warnings and harsh truths. Their darkness reminds us of humanity's struggles and the power of storytelling to teach and protect. For more hidden histories and fascinating truths like subscribe and stay curious.